We getting ready.
He gonna get a check. Floyd's gonna get a check. And they're gonna get a check that's real huge because of their names.
That's where we're at now. Mike Tyson versus Floyd.
I think they're fun fights in that sense. It's just fun for the fans.
One of the most interesting and perhaps unforeseen fights has been announced between none other than two legends, Floyd Mayweather and Mike Tyson. And it seems like the boxing world has a lot of opinions about the matchup. Lennox Lewis was anything but shy while claiming that the fight between two of the greatest in the boxing world is nothing but a money grab, posing as a business idea rather than a fight intended for legacy. According to Lennox, there is no need to take the fight seriously, as he is sure that both the fighters would try their best not to hurt each other to any serious degree, making the fight an exhibition rather than an actual bout.
Listen, I think it's just business. I think it's, it's smart business. You got two great fighters with great social media. I got you. So it's a great matchup.
Is this something intimidating for, Floyd to get in the ring with someone that big and that could, obviously punch really hard? I know it's a different time, but...
No, well, I don't really take the fight that serious. I mean, I'm sure Floyd wouldn't step in the ring with a man that is going to knock him out or try and hurt him. I think there could be.
Furthermore, Ariel Helwani, while addressing the question of why he hadn't discussed this shocking matchup, claimed that he could barely believe such a thing had happened in the first place. According to Helwani, the company promoting this fight barely looked legitimate to begin with. And on top of that, to think two of the best fighters would be stepping in the ring together way past their prime seemed like a dream to him, one he did not want to come true.
Ariel, why haven't you spoken more on the Mike Tyson versus Floyd Mayweather fight? It came out on Thursday night, and I just kind of looked at it and thought, again, honestly, I didn't think it was real. I'm still not even sure it's real. The company that is promoting it, I've never heard of. Now, Rick told me he has heard of it. You told me you have heard of it, right?
Yes, we used to work with them back when I was working with Glory. They were a news media arm as well as a streamer.
CSI Sports / Fight Sports.
Yeah.
What is this? Do we think this is a real thing? Does this fight happen?
That I don't think. No, but I'm telling you, they were a legitimate.
The real thing, or does it happen?
It does not happen.
Yeah, I just
They were a legitimate. They're a legitimate company. They've been around for quite a while.
Moreover, Wade from the WADE Concept expressed his shock over the random matchup that emerged out of nowhere, claiming that it makes no sense to make two fighters 30-something years past their prime to compete in a ring together. According to Wade, this is what boxing has come down to in 2025, where two fighters from vastly different weight classes can compete without any repercussions.
Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather is happening. What the f is going on? This is where boxing is in 2025. And listen, I'm not going to complain because I understand the layout of things. We already had Jake Paul, Mike Tyson. We have Jake Paul, Gervonta Tank Davis. This feels like the Temu version of it. And that sounds crazy because we have two of the greatest of all time about to participate in this, but both of them are about 30 years past their sell-by date in an exhibition bout in which their weights will be 60 to 70 to 80 pounds different. If you got on board with Jake and Mike, it was because at least they were going to weigh the same. I don't even know what to think. Someone on Twitter said it perfectly. Either everybody in the world is going to want to watch this or 10,000 people will watch it. Probably both men want a shit ton of money and they're being promised a shit ton of money, but it's happening.
Similarly, Brendan Schaub expressed disgust over the fact that a 50 and a 60-year-old weathered boxer with years of wear and tear have been practically forced to be put in the ring for the entertainment of people. That too, just because of the greed for money and fame. Claiming that he has no desire to watch the match, Brendan claimed that it is a mere exhibition with no one getting hurt, a play being put on just for the people.
This is Floyd Mayweather versus Mike Tyson in an exhibition bout in 2026.
I don't know what to say anymore. This whole thing is a big sell, and it's an exhibition, and you're going to get hoodwinked again, and they're going to move around, and nobody's going to get hurt. And that's the state of boxing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you can reference, well, they've had bad blood in the past. Cool. One of them is 50 years old. He's 48, but we'll just say 50. Floyd is 50 years old. Mike Tyson is 60 years old. This isn't your normal 50 and 60-year-old. This is a very weathered, hard miles 50 and 60-year-old fighting for your entertainment. I have no desire to watch this.
On the other hand, Floyd Mayweather released a video of himself with a pile of money in front of him as he compiled it in a single bag. Laughing and dancing, the boxer could be seen pointing out the haters, saying that he'd be mad too if someone other than him made as much money as him, indirectly calling all his haters poor and flaunting his own wealth as he gains the bag for the matchup.
Shit. I'm pretty sure I'd be upset too if I was somebody else. I'd be mad at Mayweather too. How for 29 years or 30 years you keep getting money like this? I'd be mad too. Shit. I'd be hating on Mayweather too. Continue to hate. You know, people only talk about winners. I'm a winner, so continue to talk. Keep the bread fresh. Put it in the bag. Call me the bread man. Tip money. Fucking throw it in here too. Throw it in the Floyd bag. See, I'm balling the fuck out. Crocodile phones, Himalayan phones, crocodile bags. It's my life, man. Keep hating.
On the contrary, in contrast to what most of the boxing world says about the fight, Johnny Nelson claimed that the fight is indeed personal and not a scripted show, as most people call Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. According to Johnny, this showdown is beyond the need for money and fame. It is a beef that is going to be solved live in front of an audience for generations to witness.
Well, if there are rules, nobody's going to stick to them. I don't believe in a million years Floyd Mayweather is going to stick to any script that's been written in regards to this exhibition. And I don't think Mike will either. I don't think, if there's anything scripted, allegedly, they said with Mike and Jake Paul, I don't think whatever's written down, there's going to be anybody sticking to the rules, because this is beyond what we see on TV. This is beyond this is personal. These two guys worked together previously and still do probably, but I've never seen an interaction, a positive interaction between Tyson and Floyd Mayweather. I just haven't.
Furthermore, Bill Haney came to the defense of the two fighters, claiming that they should be given more credit for the work that's being done under them. According to Bill Haney, these two legends deserve to earn the money they are receiving through the exhibition, having earned their legacy and titles as heroes of the boxing world. Bill believes it is all propaganda that is being spread against the two fighters.
Let's kill some of this propaganda, and more importantly, let's talk about the biggest and most important exhibition in boxing right now. Floyd Mayweather and Mike Tyson. Now you're talking about a real exhibition amongst two legends that deserve to get plenty of money together. Let's break records. Let's everybody go out and support a real exhibition amongst two legends. This is how the game is supposed to go. We don't need to confuse them with the other fighters and all that. Shout out to Floyd and shout out to Mike. Made he check more money than the, what's that place where they print the money? The Mint. Made he check more money than the Mint can print. You know what I mean?
Moreover, Logan Paul claimed that Floyd Mayweather versus Mike Tyson is a massive fight that no one saw coming. Both fighters had been beaten by the Paul brothers. However, Logan also came to the fighters' defense, claiming that if they can get the bag and the money they worked so hard for, then why not? The fact that their legacy was big enough to earn them a legendary fight like this speaks volumes already.
Floyd Mayweather is fighting Mike Tyson is crazy.
Why is it crazy?
Because they're both really old.
I think it's horrible.
And they both got beat by Paul brothers. And they both got beat by Paul brothers.
Who's buying that?
I don't want to watch that fight.
You're not buying that.
Is Netflix buying? Who's putting it on?
Probably.
I heard it was Netflix.
Probably Netflix. That's like a Netflix-sized event. But Jeff.
But who's making that decision? It's horrible.
Jeff, everyone's gonna watch.
Really?
Who's not watching?
No offense,
Floyd Mayweather, Mike Tyson.
No offense, Mike looked horrible. He's gonna walk in there again.
I don't know.
He
Floyd's
looks
really
so
good.
sad.
Do you want to know what's gonna happen? I'll tell you what's gonna happen. First and foremost, obviously, Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather are both just robbing the bank. They are collecting a paycheck. as they should, because they're both fucking legends who worked their whole career, respect to them, to make this amazing brand for themselves known as like the best.
Additionally, Sean Porter expressed his shock over the matchup between Floyd Mayweather and Mike Tyson, claiming that once you look at the history between the two legends, the fight makes sense. However, to make it an exhibition between the two for the world to watch is an interesting decision. Sean even claimed that there was no way to break down how the fight would even go down.
You don't see this one coming unless you know the history of these two guys.
Yeah, they don't like each other too much, do they, Sean?
When you look at the history, it's kind of like sense for a street fight. It doesn't make sense for like a in the ring situation, and so it's kind of like, I guess for the sake of words, crazier things have happened, and then now you have to say, well, no, it doesn't get crazier than this.
You're not kidding, right? You know, obviously we watched Mike Sean in November against Jake Paul. I think clearly those guys like each other. Floyd and Mike, not so much. Obviously, there's been some tension there over the years. Do you think they go in there despite the fact that this is an exhibition fight? I mean, do they go in there and do they both try and take each other out?
I don't know what that fight looks like. And, you know, that kind of was my biggest apprehension with coming on with you guys today. It was like, how do you analyze what a fight between Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather could look like?
Furthermore, Zab Judah made an interesting comment on the fight, going against the tide of haters and claiming that the upcoming bout between Mike and Floyd is a long overdue one after both the contenders exchanged jabs with the Paul brothers. According to Zab, if they have fought other fighters like the Paul brothers for entertainment, why not this one? It would prove to be a beneficial fight, not just for the legends, but for the entertainment industry as well.
It's needed. I mean, listen, after Jake Paul, I mean, one thing about the Paul brothers, we can say now, the Paul brothers had an opportunity of fighting both of these gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I mean, it makes great entertainment. These guys fight the Paul brothers. They're the two biggest entertainers in the world today. You know what I'm saying? They both fought them. Why not fight each other? It only makes great TV.
However, Mill from Mill City Boxing disagreed with that opinion, refusing to pick a winner between the two contenders. According to Mill, no real boxing would go down between the two fighters, claiming that it is all just an exhibition, nothing else. This time, Mike would be going against a real fighter, not a YouTuber, so there's no telling what would happen to the legend in the ring.
Who you think will win that one, Mill?
Stop it. I got no winner on that one because it's an exhibition. It's an exhibition.
Okay.
And did you just see what Mike did with Jake Paul? You know, and this is Mike Tyson. I mean, this is Mayweather.
I was there. Yeah. What you mean? What did he do?
Mayweather's a real fighter. He's a real legend, just like you.
But what did he do?
What did Tyson do?
Yeah.
Not much. You know what I mean?
So you predicting that Floyd might get Mike?
I don't know how to explain these exhibition fights, Soup. You know, I don't know how to say a prediction. Like, how do you give a prediction on an exhibition like this?
Meanwhile, while acknowledging the weight difference between the two fighters, Jeff Mayweather claimed that the boxers weren't using their weight to promote or sell the mat. They are using their names and legacy, which they have earned throughout their lives. Jeff also claimed that the size difference should not be an issue now, since the precedent has already been set by allowing Jake Paul versus Gervonta Tank David.
I mean, it's crazy, but they're not selling the size different. They're just selling the names.
But don't you think that's
their
kind of
accomplishments?
Yeah. I mean, that kind of like that's a big deal, though. That's I mean, you know, the smallest Tyson and the biggest Floyd is still going to be, you know, a huge weight difference.
True, but so is Tank and Jake Paul.
On the other hand, even Daniel Cormier raised his concerns about the matchup, claiming that the fighters don't need this fight as much as people think they do. Mike Tyson has a loving family with a good life, and so does Floyd. According to Cormier, no matter how legendary these fighters are, people need to stand up and tell the truth to their faces that this fight is not worth it. Daniel stated, regardless of how much you admire someone or the applause you have for them, you've got to tell them the truth. I don't get this. I don't get this for the life of me. Furthermore, Showbiz from Showbiz the Adult claimed that this fight would not be the same as the Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul one. People might have assumed that Mike was pulling his punches against Jake. However, when it comes to Floyd, Mike won't hesitate to go for the kill, considering the animosity between the two fighters. Referring to the moment where Mike fake punched Floyd, Showbiz showed how Floyd didn't even flinch, revealing the perspective that this fight would not be what most people think it is.
Mike Tyson, icon versus icon, in an exhibition effort. You might as well. I want to say this though. If you guys thought Mike Tyson was pulling punches against Jake Paul and that wasn't real, well, he ain't gonna pull no punches against Floyd. Like, that dude has shown that he hated. Remember his fake punch at Floyd?
Legend joining us tonight.
Floyd ain't moved though.
Legend joining us tonight.
Balls of iron. But if Iron Mike Tyson threw it, he got balls of iron.
Legend joining us tonight.
Oh yeah, and plus Mike Tyson said he's a scared little man. He's
a little scared man. He's a very small, scared man.
Mike Tyson doesn't like Floyd, so...
Moreover, Tony Jeffries claimed that there is no doubt that this fight would be a massive money-making scheme, having nothing to do with the legacies of both the contenders. According to Tony, he won't be surprised if the rounds are of 2 minutes each, just as it was during the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson bout, with a smaller number of rounds overall, being nothing but an exhibition.
Privileged to be able to see this, or is it a bloody joke and a big money-making scheme? Well, of course it's a money-making scheme, and that's why they're doing it. They're not doing this for their legacy. This is actually an exhibition fight, which means it won't go on their records. They probably will be wearing bigger gloves than 10 ounce, and they'll be doing less rounds. I wouldn't even be surprised if they're doing 2-minute rounds like we're seeing Mike Tyson do with Jake Paul. So because of this, it's just a big money-making scheme for everyone that's involved.
What are your thoughts on this matchup? Do you think it is a way for the two fighters to let out years of animosity and rage built up inside of them? Or is it just another scheme to make money by cashing in on their names and legacy? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon to stay updated on all the latest news. See you soon.